What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm sorry I have not uploaded the video to this YouTube channel in a very long time. I've been really busy perfecting my craft as a trader, and this video specifically is going to be how I've been doing that. And I've got some very cool software to show you guys. I've had a few requests of other people from Instagram telling me to do a YouTube video on how to use this. So here it is. I've been using a software called Soft4FX, and essentially it's a software that plugs into MT4 as an expert advisor, and it allows you to backtest very accurately and with a lot of detail any system strategy you feel like, any time frame, and pretty much any pair, currency, or instrument. And with this data, with how I've been testing in historic data, it's essentially tick data, and you can let scenarios like trade scenarios play out as if they were playing out in real time. So as you guys can imagine, this is like a trader's best tool there, where they can perfect and really get in a lot of repetition with a system and everything like that. So without me going on too much just now, let's jump into it, and I'll give you guys a quick brief overview of what this software is. And then we're gonna kind of switch up and how to use it, how to install it, and basically how I've managed to gather the data that this software spits out at us in an Excel format or Google Sheets, and then manipulate that data, creating different scenarios and optimizing the strategies that I've been testing with the AceFX systems and the Sharkfin entries that I'm sure a lot of you guys are very excited about. I will be talking a lot more about those on this channel in the next few weeks. But being able to gather so much data from backtesting and then manipulate it and optimize it using spreadsheets, mind blown. It's just amazing. So let's jump into it. I'll show you guys the website. And also, if you guys are interested, there will be a link for this software in the description box below. So here we are, Soft4FX. Now, one thing I just want to quickly highlight to you guys is our Forex trading simulator lets you train much faster without taking any risk. And I love what they've done there. They've said train, which exactly is what I have been doing: repetition, chart time, back testing the past few months. That's why I've been very inactive on social media and on this YouTube channel, as I've just been prioritizing perfecting my skill as a trader. And the best way to do that, the best way to train and get better, is chart time, back testing, and letting these scenarios play out. So coming down over here is how it works. Forex Simulator works as an expert advisor. So like I was saying before, for MetaTrader 4, it combines great charting capabilities of MT4 with quality tick-by-tick data and economic calendar to create a powerful trading simulator. It uses offline charts, which let you use indicators, templates, and drawing tools available in MetaTrader 4. And that is another really cool thing about this. If you're an AceFX member or know about that, trying to find a charting platform that allows you to get tick data or really great backtesting features such as this software with custom indicators like the TDI, it's very hard to find. So I'm very thankful I found this. And looking at this, it is not limited to using historic data offered by MetaTrader, which is usually low quality data. It also lets you download and use high quality tick data from DuckAsCopy and TrueFX. I'm butchering that word, so I apologize for that. But what that means is I have found 1 minute data before on Forex pairs, and it's horrible. It gaps a lot, and it's just not clean. And with indicators, especially if you're testing a system with indicators, indicators are derived by price action. So if your price action is all messed up, your indicator is going to be all messed up, and it's just going to be a horrible experience. So you can see down here 60 pairs where our Forex pairs: gold, silver, oil, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and 12 stock indexes. So this is amazing, and especially if you want to get 1 minute data, if your system revolves around the 1 minute time frame, TradingView only lets you get 10,000 candles. 10,000 candles on a high time frame, you can go way back. 10,000 candles on the 1 minute, you're not going back that far, which really sucks. So this was my workaround. This is how I found my 1 minute data. And this is how I've essentially been testing for the past few months, which is really cool to get very precise tick data on the 1 minute, especially on Dow Jones 30, US 30 is just amazing. I'm really excited. So once you download the software, whether you're going for demo or you're buying it, essentially you'll be downloading a .ex file. I think that's correct. So what you're going to want to do is go to File, Open Data Folder. So I'll do that again. So when you go to File, you're going to go to Open Data Folder, and that's going to bring up a folder. This is where your MetaTrader lives and all the backend stuff. You're going to want to go to MQL4 and then go into Experts. And that is where you want to drop this .ex4 file, which is basically the software. So once you drop it in here and you download it, all the instructions on the website, and it's very easy to follow. You're going to want to reset your MT4 terminal, and then it's going to be in there. So I'm going to close out of this now. And what you're going to see once you reset it is on the navigator window over here, under Expert Advisors, you're going to see Soft4 FX. So if you don't have this navigator window, there's nothing there. What I want you to do is go up here to View and then hit Navigator. And that's going to bring up this little window over here. The next thing you're going to want to do is, let me just close this. The next thing you're going to want to do is open up any pair. It doesn't have to be what you're testing or what you want to test. It can literally be anything you want it to be. Because what we're going to be doing is clicking and dragging this anywhere on an open chart. So let me just demonstrate that. Random one, you're going to go right click. Doesn't have to be GJ, it can be any random one, and go chart window. It's going to bring up a chart window, and then you want to grab the Soft4 FX and drop it anywhere on the window. And this is going to bring up the options. I'm using version 1.92, and just double check all these settings, but by default, they should be good to go. And then you're going to want to hit OK. And then it's going to bring you to this page where basically it's turning that chart into its kind of background, and it's using that as its foundation. So whether you got the full mode or the demo mode, let's say you got the demo mode, you're going to want to click OK. But for me, I got the full version because I got the paid version, and it works very much the exact same way. The only difference between the demo and the full version is on the demo, you're limited to 4 or 5 trades before the software cuts you off and you can't do much more with it. With the full version, you get access to all the features and benefits, and you can take as many trades. It's pretty much unlimited, which is really cool. So we're gonna go full mode and we're gonna hit OK. And here we are. So let me just move this over to make it look a little bit pretty. So you're gonna be met with this little box over here with new sim, load simulation, and then the data center. The first thing I want you guys to do is you're gonna click on data center. And this is gonna open up all of this data. So with Duckascopy, I am butchering that word. You can choose that data provider or TrueFX. And you're gonna wanna select a data provider you want. So I'm just gonna, so basically, let's say you wanna test EURUSD, you're just gonna wanna hit download. And because I already have it, so let me delete EURUSD real quickly. And then what you're gonna wanna do is, depending on whatever pair you wanna test, hit download, and it's gonna download last 1 year of data, 2 years, 3 years, or whatever you wanna go up to, or download all available data. For this example, I'm just gonna download the 1 year, and then we're gonna hit download. And you can see in the progress bar over here, it's gonna start downloading just here. So I'm gonna pause the video and I'll be right back before it finishes. So I'm back, it's got about 3% left to go. And there it is. So we now have 1 year worth of EURUSD data. Now, once you have your data downloaded, what I want you guys to do is down here near the economic events calendar, you're gonna see this say download. For me, I've already downloaded it, so I got update. And what that's gonna do is download all the economical data, so news events from that past year. And well, from 2007, I should say. So when you're taking trades, and this is so vital and so detailed, and it can really improve your results from backtesting and give you a lot more confidence going forward. If an entry presented, right, and you took the entry, it hit your stop loss, you're backtesting it, and price action was crazy, you can actually look in the economic calendar and be like, hey, there was a news event, and you may have a rule where you don't trade through news events. So you would have avoided that trade, hence avoiding the loss. So that is very cool little bit of detail we can use in our trading when we're backtesting using this Forex simulator. So we can now close this once we have the data and economic calendar updated. So we can just hit close down here. And now we can click on new simulation. And what this is going to do is it's going to allow us to select our provider. So we used duck as copy. I'm really butchering that. And our instrument is EURUSD. So you can see I've got GU and US30 here as well. So we're going to select EURUSD, and we're going to leave most of the stuff at default. The account currency you can change whether you want USD or Euro. We're going to use USD. The account starting balance, let's just push this up to $100,000. And starting date, so we can start whatever date we want to start on. In this example, let's just choose the 3rd of May, 2021. And the time on the charts, you can either use GMT or the New York close. And what that is basically saying is by default, all charts use GMT time. Selecting the New York close shifts the charts by 2 to 3 hours in order to align the day closing time with New York session closing time. So that's all that does. And that can get quite confusing. So I suggest leaving it on GMT. And I'll show you a really cool feature to have in the back end in just a second. With the advanced settings, once again, this is all selected by default using the available data. So pip size 10, lot size, I think that's 100,000. So one lot is $100,000, which is one standard lot, which is great. Leverage, once again, you can select this to however you want so you don't get margin called. And it's just way more realistic setting it at a whatever your broker offers. Or if you're doing a funding challenge for a funded company, you can double check what leverage they offer. So you make sure your back testing is as accurate and detailed as possible. With the spread, you're gonna wanna keep that at variable since that is a more realistic environment with your spreads. And you can even add commissions per lot, which is cool. The initial history on the chart is 31, just leave that as default. So once we have all this ready to go, we've changed our starting date to the 3rd of May, which is the Monday. We've got our account currency set to USD, $100,000 starting balance, and the time on the charts is GMT. We can then hit start simulation. And this will bring up this window right here. This is where we're gonna select our time frames and charts we wanna see. So we got the type of chart, the period, and with the type of charts, we got standard, second charts, range charts, Renko, and tick charts. For this video, I'm gonna be focusing on the standard charts, and we're gonna be focusing mostly on the 15-minute time frame, just to give a few examples. So what we can do as well, once we select our period and our standard chart, we can click add, and you can see it will add it just in here. And if you are a trader that has a system that focuses on higher time frame analysis, we can do the exact same thing. So we can go the 1 hour, we can add that in there as well. We can add the 4 hour, and there we go. So now we have the 15-minute, 1 hour, and 4 hour. And I'll show you guys how we can incorporate that and how it all kind of aligns and mashes together. So we can then go ahead, once we have the time frames, time periods, and charts we want, we can then open them up by hitting open just here. So we can open the 15-minute, we can open the 1 hour, and then we can open the 4 hour chart. And essentially, once we have done that, we can then close, and we now have this little box, which is where most of our back testing kind of stems from. So what I would suggest everyone do before, I will make another video on this, is if you have a preset MT4 template that makes your chart look a lot better, go ahead and create one and save it out. So for this example, I'm just gonna move this down a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing. There's a button up here that says templates. If you click on this, I have a few templates I've already made. And in this case, I've got the AceFX template just here, and it makes my charts a lot easier to read. And we can apply this on multiple, the multiple different charts we open, because we open the 15-minute, the 1 hour, and the 4 hour. So we're currently on the 4 hour. Now let's go to the 1 hour, apply our template, and let's go to the 15-minute and apply our template. And there we have it. We have charts that are easy to read. We have very accurate and detailed historic data. So now we can go ahead and start backtesting a system or a strategy. Now, when backtesting, you kind of want to know and have a rules-based systematic approach. of what you should be doing. You want to know where your entries are, where you're placing your stop loss, and how you are taking those, where you're taking targets. So for this example, I'm not going to go through any of that. I'm just going to show you how to use the software and what all these parameters mean and how we can use them to make better trading decisions. And I will quickly just push this in so you go. So I'm going to work my way down and I'm going to explain what these features do and what they mean. So looking at the lot size here, this is essentially your risk per trade that you want to put on when you take a trade. So at the minute, our default, it's set to lots and it's 0.01 lot. If we change that to 1, it is now risking 1 standard lot per trade. You can change that to risk percentage, so a percentage of the initial equity of the account, which was $100,000, or we can set it to a monetary value. So in this case, by default, risking $100 per trade. So that's really cool risk management settings there. So we're going to change it to percentage and we're going to risk 1%. The stop loss pips and the take profit pips. If you are a trader that has a system where by default, let's say you have a 25 pip stop loss on all trades, you can set that up in here and just go 25. If you're aiming for a 2-to-1, you can set your take profit to 50 pips. So by default, every trade will have a 25 pip stop loss and a 50 pip take profit. So that's really cool for traders that have a system that manages their targets like that. Visual mode, I will quickly go stop loss. They also give you an option for stop loss price and take profit price. So if you're a trader that uses price levels for stop losses and your targets, then you can also enter a price level in there, which is pretty cool. I personally use visual mode. So what that does is that if I click this button here, it's going to gray out these so you can't click on them. And when you hit buy or sell market orders, it will give you, essentially allows you to move the stop loss and take profit in a visual manner. So you don't have to enter pips or price levels, which is very, very cool to have this feature. This is how I do it with my Magic Keys, using that EA to take my trades in the live market when I'm actually trading live. It's very similar to this. So right next to visual mode, we have templates. Now with your templates, you can actually create a template that does automatic risk. So this will be applied to every single trade. You can put comments in here so you can have predefined comments per trade, even trailing stops. You can set a default for every trade you take. It will trail the stop at 0 pips when the order is at 0 pips. So if the trade goes 50 pips in profit, it will trail 0 pips behind that, or 10 pips, or whatever you predefine this parameter as. Auto break even. This is another really cool feature. So when the order is, let's say 50 pips in profit, move stop loss to 0 pips in profit, which means it will put the stop loss to break even, which once again is a very cool feature. And when you are back testing and gathering all this data and insight into how the system is performing, it's just an amazing tool. I can't stress that enough. It's a very good skill set to understand how to use this and how to back test, as it's going to give you so much confidence going forward and knowledge into how your system is performing. So once we get out of this, coming into trades, so this trades button brings up this little this box, and it's exactly like we have at the bottom of MT4. It tells you the open trade you have, your order, the type of order you set, the size, how many lot sizes you have, your position size, open price, stop loss price, take profit price levels, your P&L commission. You can set your trades to break even, your trailing stops, everything like that's going to be in this markets and pending tab. Inside the history tab is going to give you the history of the trades, as same thing with the closed trades as well. Statistics, so this will populate once we start taking trades, and it gives you insight to how the system is performing. And once again, numbers don't lie. This is why this is so powerful. Knowing, your absolute drawdown, your maximum drawdown, gross profit, gross loss, expected payoff, profit factor, average wins, average losses, everything like that. So once again, the numbers don't lie, and understanding this is the best thing any trader can have. And then you got a cool little graph. So as you take trades, it will show you an equity curve. So we can close out of this now and we can check out the news. So what this will show us is any news event, and we can filter through this looking at we can go high impact, medium impact, and low impact. So I personally focus only on high impact news, But if you're a trader and you focus on medium and low impact, you have that feature and option there as well. You can see the current time up here and time to next event, which is 19 hours to the next high impact event, since we selected high impact, showing only high impact news down here. And you can also go number of displayed events. So we can see past events, 3, or future events, we can see up to 20. And we can also filter what we want to see. And since we're trading Euro USD, we mainly just want to focus on the Euro high impact news and the USD, so the dollar high impact news. And we can select that and we can get rid of all. And now it's only going to give us high impact Euro and high impact USD news, which is massive advantage for any trader. Like I was saying before, we can now predetermine what entries we might have not taken because a news event was scheduled within 15 minutes before our entry. That's a rule I have in my trading. I can't trade 15 minutes before or 15 minutes after high impact news has hit. So we can close out of this. Charts. So charts will bring up the first box that we had that allows us to add more time frames if we want, or to view different things. So, if we wanted to add the daily in here, we simply go, once again, standard chart, and we hit the period, daily, and then we hit add, and there it is. And we can open that up just like we did the previous ones. And then we got sessions. So with the sessions over here, you can see Sydney, Tokyo is highlighted, which means we're trading right now. We are seeing price action in the Asia session. And this is just amazing to see because you can see what time frames you are trading and how the sessions impact a currency and the characteristics behind that currency pair. So that is some just more insight that every trader needs to kind of be taking advantage of and checking out. So now, how do we use this and how do we take trades? How do we see the tick data play out and scrub through the trades and everything like that? So with the market, the tabs up here, we got market, pending, presets, account, and save. With the market, it's simply a market order. So if you hit buy like you would when you're trading live, it's gonna fill you at the best price possible, either between the bid and the ask, which is your spread. So that is essentially what this does with the buy and sell. With the pending, it allows you to set buy stop, sell limit, buy limit, or sell stop orders. Once again, very self-explanatory. You guys should know this stuff. If you don't, it's okay. The information is abundant on Google, but if you hit buy stop, what that's going to do, it allows you to your take profit, which is your blue line. The orange line will be your entry price and your red will be your stop loss. So since we set a buy stop over here, when price comes up and tags this orange line, it will then execute us into the trade with our take profit up here and our stop loss down there. Very self-explanatory. Presets, once again, we kind of covered that under the templates panel just here. This is just an easier way to navigate to it, where you can set a preset comment on each of your trades. You can set a preset trailing stop on each of your trades, or an auto break even. So every time you take a trade, you don't have to go in the back end, click on the trade and set this up. This will preset it to every trade you take going forward. With the account, just a quick overview of how your performance is going, and save. So you can save the simulation if you want to, close MT4 and then resume your testing another day. You can load it back up and start off where you left off. So let's get into it. How do we place our first trade? And we're going to be using market orders for this example. So let's just scrub through, and I'll bring this up real quickly so we can see the sessions panel right here. If we just click on before we get into the speed tab, where we get the 1 tick and ticks per second or real time, I want to give you the navigation real quickly. So when we click on this drop down menu over here and we click the M15, which is a 15-minute chart, what that's going to do, since we are on the 15-minute chart, is it's going to print one 15-minute candle every time we click next bar. If we hit previous bar, it's going to erase the bar and go backwards. If we select the H1, which is the 1 hour chart, it's now going to print 4 15-minute candles since it's 1 hour. So you can see there's 4 15-minute candles, another 4, another 4. Same thing with the H4. It's going to now print 4 1 hour candles since it's going to print one 4-hour candle, and you can see there it is. And then the same thing with the daily, it's going to print one whole daily candle, hence filling in the whole 15-minute trading price action. So coming back to the 15-minute, we can then see if we want to place a trade in this example right now. So looking at the sessions up here, we are now 1 hour into the London session. And let's say you want to place a buy order right here. You know, we kind of had this little breakout over here. Let's just place a buy order, a market buy order. And we're going to set our take profit and our stop loss. We'll put our stop loss at the lows here, and we're going to set our take profit at this 800 EMA. So there we go. It's about 2-to-1 trade. So risking 18.9 pips to make 38 pips, 2-to-1. And we're risking 1% of our total account balance, which is $1,000. There it is, risk 1%. And now the trade is we are now entered in the trade. So I'll close this sessions box real quickly for you guys, and I'll open up the trade box. Make this a little bit smaller. And now we can see our trade. So we have the order number, which is 1, the type, which was an at market buy order, the size of that trade, the open price, stop loss price, take profit price. We can see our current floating P&L if we had commissions enabled, auto break even, trailing stop. We can modify it. So if we hit modify, we can come in and we can play around with our stop loss, which is pretty cool. And we can close partial. So as the trade develops and goes in our favor, we can close partial positions. So let's see if we can get a winning trade here, and I can demonstrate these features. So with the speed, you can basically hit this little play button over here. And what's going to happen is you're going to see the trade start playing out as if it was playing out in a live market. And we can increase the speed a little bit over here just by dragging this little slider. So we can see how this scenario is going to play out, which is next level for a lot of traders because it gives us a visual representation. And I'm a visual learner, and I know a lot of traders who are visual learners. So having this ability is such a powerful tool, and I can't stress that enough. Another thing I'll bring your attention to is this little black box up here as well. It just gives you a quick overview of what we're looking at. So standard chart, 15-minute, gives you the date, the time, and the day. You can see it's Monday. And now as this trade's developing, you can click on the news. So you can see if there's any news events, and you can see the next event is in 10 hours and 53 minutes. So we got no worries for high impact Euro or USD news, which is really cool. So you can see that kind of counting down just over there. So here we go. You can see we're up about $300 on our floating P&L. It does it just here, and it also has it in a little trade box down here. So as this trade is playing out, you can increase the speed of how this trade plays out, or you can just hit next bar and then you can skip ahead that way. So at this point, you can see the trade is up almost $1,000, which would be 1R. Risk 1,000, trades up 1,000, you're up 1R. And at this point, you may want to set your trade to break even. So you can hit this little break even down here. And what that will do is you can see the stop loss is down here. It will put our stop loss to break even, making this a risk-free trade. And not only that, you can go close partial, and now we can close some of the trade, securing some of our profits. So let's say we want to take 50% off. You can see we can close the lots or close the percentage. So let's close 50%, and it will say down here, we'll close 2.64 lots, will remain 2.65. So we hit close, and there it is. Floating P&L is now 477. And if we go into the closed trades, you can see our P&L, we've secured $475 in our pocket. Trade is risk-free with a floating P&L of 477. So let's continue this scenario and let's see what happens. We can increase the speed at which this plays out just by hitting that sliding button over here. And there it is. Our trade was our take profit at 2R got hit, which was that 800 EMA. And we go into our closed trades right here. You can see we gained 50% off, so 475 on our first exit, which was securing some profit, and 1,000 on our second take profit, which was that 2R profit. You can then look at this little equity bar over here, plus 1.48% we gained on that trade. Not bad. And if you go to the account, you can see the overview right here. And now with this trade panel, so this panel down here, if I just close this, to get it back, you hit the trades button, and that essentially brings up our statistics as well. So looking at this, you can now see your realized profit loss, unrealized profit loss, so we have no open trades available, total, absolute drawdown, and everything that every trader should understand about their system. If you don't understand the details and the numbers of how your system performs, you're slacking. It's the truth. You need to do the back testing. You need to understand how your system performs in historic data. It doesn't mean it's going to perform like that in the future. Nothing is certain, but it's the best representation and model that we have to go off, and it's going to give you next level unparalleled confidence to execute the trades that you need to be in when you're trading live. When we click on the graph here, you can see the equity curve and everything like that. So it's a very powerful tool. So as you guys can see, this program really does offer a lot of features, and being able to see the trades play out like that is just, I can't stress it enough. It really is a powerful thing, and that is exactly what I've been doing for the past few months, averaging probably 40 to 45 hours plus per week doing this. It's given me repetition. It really is developing my skills. I am optimizing, and I just want to show you guys how far I've taken this. Not that you have to do this, but what I've done is jumping back on the screen here. When you click on the trades and you get this closed trades panel, you can export the closed trades to an Excel sheet, right? I have done that, and I've gathered that data, and I have created a spreadsheet over here. This is pretty much what it spits out at you. When you export the statistics, this is what you get. When you export the trades, this is how it's going to look. It's going to give you all the trades you have taken. And I have back tested 300 and almost 400 trades now, as you can see right here. And I have created a spreadsheet that does so many other things. And this is probably for a whole nother video, but I have put this into my own personal backtesting spreadsheet. And you can see all the trades right here. US 30, entry date, entry time, entry price, stop loss. And this spreadsheet automates everything. And what this allows you to do is it allows you to manipulate the data and create different trading scenarios that you may have not had previously. And what I mean by that is, because we're risking 1% on the trades, what if you go through a whole batch of testing and you've put many hours, weeks into it? You then want to go back and think to yourself, what if I only risk 0.5%? What would my drawdown look like? What would my overall P&L look like? With this spreadsheet, you can go risk per trade. It was 1%. We can now enter 0.5. And what that's going to do is it's going to update the whole spreadsheet. The whole thing is dynamic and automated. And it gives you a lot more detail into what is happening inside the system, gives you more confidence, allows you to optimize it and make better trading decisions that way. So as you can see there, the spreadsheet just went crazy and just updated the whole thing. All the trades was 0.5% per risk per trade. And you can see the 59% return over 370 trades. The max drawdown is only 2.63%. That's pretty good if you ask me. It's a 55.68% strike rate. And you can see the breakdown of each month. You got April, 4% gain, May was a 5% gain, and everything like that. You got the monthly drawdowns all kind of out for you. You got number of winning and losing trades per month, number of winning and losing trades per day. So this kind of gives you a visual representation of what are your best trading days. What days do you think maybe the system doesn't perform well, where you want to take off or maybe just observe, maybe even size down? what is your best trading months? You can see in here, you can see best trading day is definitely a Monday. And then correlating that with wins and losses, you can see Monday has the most wins with the least losses, which is amazing detail to have as a trader. Understanding these numbers, the numbers don't lie. And as you populate more trades, as you backtest and build out statistics and data, you only gain confidence. And that is such a great thing for any trader to have. And this spreadsheet is available. Like, I've built this and I'm always optimizing and fixing it. This spreadsheet was released a year ago, and I've been just now managed to find all the formulas and equations to really take it to the next step and give it a bit of a, different visualization of how it looks. One thing that a lot of traders don't realize is when backtesting, they risk 1% or 0.5% off the initial starting account size. What happens if you didn't take money out of your account? What if you let it compound? And that is a feature I put in here. So if the account grows $10,000 and you're now trading 60,000, you're now risking 0.5% off 60,000, not 50,000. So if we tick this box over here, we'll see the spreadsheet start creating and calculating those formulas on every trade where it's going to compound every single win. So still risking the same amount, drawdown is going to stay more or less the same. You're only now increasing your overall performance of the system because you are now compounding your wins and risking more, risking the same just on a bigger account. And you can see here, we've got a 79% gain with more or less the same drawdown. And that is just an amazing figure to have for any trader. So coming in over here, you can see where we enter all the trades. You can see fixed take profit, monetary figure, 500. And you can see as the trades go on, your wins start to get bigger. Your losses also get bigger, but you got to remember it's still 0.5% of the account balance. So it's not, it looks bigger because the account's growing, so is the monetary figure, but the percentages stay the same. So that's a really cool thing to have and visually see. So I hope you guys got some value out of this video. I'm sorry it's been a bit of a long one. Sorry I've been inactive on creating content for you guys. I've just been busy doing exactly this, optimizing and perfecting my skill as a trader. So if you did get any value from this video, please smash the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button as well, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so you guys get notified for any content I drop. And before I let you guys go as well, I do have a link you guys can check out the Soft4FX program and software in the description box below. It is an affiliate link. If you want to use it, go for it. If not, I still love you. Check out the website, check out the software, and I hope you guys even just tried the demo. And doing this is the repetition you need to gain confidence and become a better trader. So hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next video.